first, it's an anniversary. And really what we try to do is help the brands we work for, the retailers we work for, and mostly, I would say, the brand managers. Capitalize on the expertise, on the knowledge and the technology that we have in our arsenals to win at the point of sale. These are just some of the brands that we work for on a more consistent basis. You'll see that there's a combination of packaging initiatives, of merchandising efforts. We work directly with some of the biggest retailers in the world, so you'll see there Walmart and Target as well, who come to us to optimize flows, to optimize organizations of categories, to study which planogram delivers the highest revenues. But also, we work on tons of initiatives regarding new launches, line extensions, and redesigns. So today's presentation will really focus on 2 or 3 things. One big trend that we see is about design. And design is transcending the brand and really, let's say, trying to embrace not just the product itself, not just the packaging, but the category, the retail environment, and perhaps in some cases the neighborhoods in which the retailers are present. And we'll see how that's becoming kind of the next big thing in terms of expenses, where there's a lot of shift in advertising spend that's being moving away from advertising and now being shifted to shopper marketing. We'll talk a little bit about some of the lessons learned over time. There's tons of realities that we deal with, and while we, in the previous presentations, it was very interesting to see how everyone deals with the same issues in terms of logistics and in terms of setup. So there's a lot of knowledge of what can go wrong, and it keeps going wrong, so there's something that's just not working well. And then some of the best practices, some situations and brands that have done things well, others who have not done things well. So going to the age of design, in a word, your brand is leveraging, your brands and the brands that are obviously sold in your retail environments are fruit of design. Some brands do it very well, like Apple. Obviously, does it both on a retail level, does it well on a category level, does it well on a product and packaging level. Method is a brand that perhaps you're not familiar with, but in the US, this brand came out a few years ago as sort of an off-spin of a few guys who quit their day jobs to set up a laundry and hand wash detergent company. And leveraging very experienced designers, they were able to really bother some of the big brands, okay? Which led to the larger brands, the global brands, following what Method was doing. And then from a retailer standpoint, everyone I think is pretty familiar with what Target does and how it's evolved, and its strategies to leverage that overall, let's say, premiumization of some of its brands. So moving away from the concept of the cheap knockoff store brands to something more premium, something more fashionable. So some of the evolutions, I'm sorry I missed the first, I was presenting in the other room, the retail brands presentation, but I'm sure there were examples like this. This is a big trend that we're seeing all over the world. So the change just in mindset of some of the retailers who understand that, okay, you know what, I can do this product just as well as you can. I can make this design better than you can, faster than you can, and I don't need to just be a knockoff brand and be generic. I can become this. This is Tesco. Okay? Tesco can compete with this lineup with any good, I'm Italian too, any good Italian olive oil or Spanish olive oil with that lineup. Okay? That is premium. That is sold at a premium, and obviously with their strength and with the volumes that they can command, the prices are the margins that they will be able to leverage will be huge. So they're becoming more than private labels, private brands. And Walmart has even taken it to the next step where it's developed tiers of private labels. So there's a basic entry point, there's a mid-tier, and then there's a top premium one.